You're watching the Kop TV, the voice of football's most famous stand.
Salah to settle it in front of the Kop.
Yes, good morning everyone. Welcome back to the Kop TV, the voice of football's most famous stand. Remember, smash the like button on this one. Massive week of football to come. Newcastle away on Sunday. But make sure you comment on the following that I'm about to read out to you, and of course subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. It's a howler of a decision if you're watching this and you haven't subscribed. It really is quite offensive, actually. So make sure you do it. Thank you. Right, let's get into this one, people. You're not going to like this. I did not like this when I read this morning, but James Pearce of The Athletic reported today, this Monday morning, that Liverpool will not, let me just say it again, Liverpool will not, let me just say it one more time just so it goes in. Liverpool will not be moving for a specialist number 6 in the current window. Obviously, Wataru Endo through the door as a backup, but we understand he's going to play a lot. But James Pearce said this: as things stand, Liverpool do not intend to recruit another specialist 6 this summer, the last 10 days or so of the transfer window. Another sign of how highly Klopp regards Endo. He's been brought in to start matches, with Stefan Bajcetic returning to Liverpool. He was in the matchday squad on Saturday after 5 months out. The teenager is still viewed as a suitable alternative to that midfield, which is cool. I don't mind that. He's a great player. But how can not only James Pearce, but other journalists be pumping out links to the likes of Sofiane Amrabat, Cheick Doucouré, João Palhinha, to name a few out of the 75 that we've been linked with? So how is it possible that James Pearce can say that we're not going to buy any more number 6s, yet every morning I wake up in talks with Gravenberch, in talks with Doucouré, 25 mil for Gravenberch? What are we going to do? Because if we do not buy anyone now, there will be riots. There will be riots. And to know that we've had 110 in the bank for Caicedo, who had an absolute howler of a debut yesterday, gave away a penalty, was shocking. So it looks like we missed a dollar. We have missed a dollar. Missed a bullet. Dodged a bullet with that one. But where does this leave us now? Because effectively, we've actually come full circle now in terms of being linked, talks, bid, talks break down, no one, being linked. It's like a vicious circle that's going around. So again, Manu Kone, Kefran Thuram, right? These are all going to be ignited. We've seen the stats from Thuram's first couple of games. We've seen Kone as well. Given that much of that 110 million kitty still remains available for use, you know, there shouldn't really be any stumbling blocks when it comes to going out and buying a new number 6. So all the names I've just mentioned, we take any of them at this point, especially Cheick Doucouré, who plays tonight. It'll be interesting to see if he starts. But I don't get it. What the hell? I would have preferred to have seen a 6 come in early on, and then we address the other issues. But we're still, and again, I don't want to disrespect Endo. We've got Bajcetic as well. But what is going on? We have to buy someone. I'm not having this, we don't intend to buy anyone else, because it's just not acceptable. That is not acceptable if we don't buy anyone else. Like I said, there will be riots, and I'll be in them riots, because clearly we still need some stuff. And obviously McAllister's now out for a month with this red card, which brings me on to this topic. This morning on Sky Sports News on Ref Watch, former Premier League referee Dermot Gallagher says Alexis McAllister was wrongly dismissed for Liverpool against Bournemouth. And he says that if they are to appeal the red card, try and get it rescinded or lowered, the ban, then they would have to basically persuade the panel that this was a clear and obvious error. Refs in this country, mate, honestly, I'd rather Stevie Wonder ref our games. I'd rather. Because it doesn't matter if it's Dermot Gallagher speaking about it, Mike Dean, Lee Mason's the reinstated head of the PGMOL again. All of these guys, I can name you, Anthony Gordon, Anthony Taylor, David Coote, Riley, they're all helmets. I'm going to say it now. I don't like any refs. Maybe, what was his name? Graham Poll, because he's got some good stories on the 90s stuff that I like. But all the current refs, they're all helmets. All the refs are helmets. How about that? And now you've got former refs saying it was wrong. So if a former ref can look at it, right, and go, that's a clear and obvious error. Why should we have to spend money and time and resources trying to persuade a bunch of referees who who haven't seen what we've seen? Obviously, it wasn't a red card. Obviously, it wasn't a red card. But we're here, guys, talking about it. Now, I want an apology if it is rescinded. I want the 3 games taken away. It was barely a yellow. In fact, I would have given him a straight yellow card. Nothing more. And why didn't VAR step in? Why didn't someone say, mate, we've just seen that back. It's a bit harsh. I think you should maybe change it to a yellow. Then he would have gone to the screen, had a look, done the whole yellow goes, red goes in the pocket, or red goes up, gives it one of them, yellow comes out. And then he doesn't get sent off and he doesn't miss 3 games, like Newcastle away, which Bajcetic actually thrived in last year. But now our midfield for that game, it's looking light. Dominic Szoboszlai, maybe Endo plays. I'd love to see Thiago play as well, because he should be back. I've seen loads of pictures of him in training, so he should be back. But it was never a red. And how referees can't see that, I've already lost hope with referees. I've already lost hope years ago, actually. But now it's got to the point where, how are these people qualified to make these decisions? I just don't get it. It's impossible to understand. But anyway, listen, hopefully we still get in a number 6. Hopefully James Pearce is wrong. Because as I said, we're still linked with the Gravenberches, the Amrabats, the Kones, the Turams, I can name 10 more. So it's either we use the rest of the 110 mil, and I was actually scared that an article like this would come out, because I said, well, it's impossible they don't buy anyone else. There'll be riots. But now it looks like those riots are going to happen. So the links that we see, should we just discard them all if we're hearing from James Pearce, who can be a trusted journalist? Not always, but he can be. We're hearing from Florian Plettigol this morning that Ryan Gravenberch, he wants to play regularly, but at the moment he's the 4th choice central midfielder for Thomas Tuchel at Bayern Munchen. And you know that when Dermot Gallagher says the referees made a mistake, things are bad. Honking officiating from the referees. So if he's saying it, does that help our case? Do the referees watch that stuff? They should do. And does that mean that he will be available for, or maybe be banned for 1 or 2 games instead of 3? I'd like to know soon rather than later, in terms of how Liverpool are going to deal with this situation. Do they go in and appeal, or do they just let it happen? I'm watching it again. It's definitely not a red card. It's definitely not a red card. So James Pearce tweeted an hour ago, a left field solution to a major problem. Can Wataru Endo give LFC what they need? What's clear is that he's been brought to start games rather than simply provide squad depth. Club still in the market for a CM, but not another specialist number 6. Madness. It's madness. Ivan Toney, a little quote from him this morning. He's obviously, as we know, banned at the minute until January. He said, I've been a Liverpool fan my whole life. From young I supported Arsenal. No, from young I liked Arsenal, but I'm a Liverpool fan, Liverpool boy at heart. He'll probably end up at Arsenal or Chelsea. Right, contrasting views, because we know that we're looking at Gravenberch, we know we're looking at the rest of them, but then we're hearing that we're not buying another number 6, which I can't get my head around. That doesn't matter. What do you think? Let us know in the comments. Make sure you go and watch the fan cams from the weekend. Shout out to Riku, our Japanese star of the Kop TV. He's going to be giving us updates on how Endu gets on in Japanese, which will be fun. So right, what do you believe? Let me know in the comments. And don't forget, we'll be back on Wednesday with Hot Copics, myself and Mario, and then a belter of a match preview with Matti Renton on Thursday for the game on Sunday. And then a match preview outside of that. So right, thank you for watching. Make sure you smash that like button, comment with your thoughts on all the madness that I've just read out, and subscribe to the channel. Take care. We'll see you soon.
Thanks for watching this video, guys. I hope you enjoyed it.
Please, guys, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to the Kop TV.
The voice of football's most famous stand.